Hi everyone, it's Angela from Cake Angel, and today I'm going to show you how to make your own Pokeball cupcakes. So to start, you'll need some medium consistency icing in red, blue and white, and then also 2 bags of icing that have a tip 3 with your black icing and also a tip 3 with some red icing. So the first thing we're going to do is flat ice our cupcakes, and we'll start with our red first. And I'm going to use an angled spatula for this so that I can get all the way to the edge of the cupcake. And when you do this, you want to imagine that there's an imaginary line halfway across your cupcake so that we can have our 2 colours. And we're just going to slowly push all that ice into the edge using the narrow part of the spatula. And then to give it that distinctive Pokeball look, we're just going to remove some of the red from the middle so that we can fill it in with white. Okay, so there's that one. I'm going to let that sit and start to crust over for a few minutes while we move on to our second Pokeball. And this one is the Great Ball, so we're going to use our blue first to flat ice half of the cupcake. And same thing again, we're going to use the edge of the spatula to push everything into the edge of the cupcake. A little bit too much, so we're going to clean that off. Oops, a little bit there, we're going to just fill in that gap. And then as with the red, we're just going to take that little bit out from the center so we can fill it in with white. You don't need to worry about having perfect lines and edges for this because we will actually be adding a black line in as well. Okay, so there's that one. Next, we're going to move on to filling in the white space. This time I'm going to use slightly less icing because you want to try and avoid touching the red. If you do by chance pick up any of your red icing, make sure that you just clean it off on the side of your bowl. So you don't want to mix the 2 colours together. And this is where the angled spatula works really well because you can get into those small spaces. Okay, and now we're going to work on the middle. And slowly push that icing into place. I'm going to grab a little bit more from our bowl. And then smooth it over. Okay, so there's that one done. Now we're going to do the same with our blue, so just clean off your spatula. Get some fresh icing. And start again. So you could also do this by piping the icing on and then using the spatula to smooth it if that's easier for you. The key is to make sure that you have enough icing on this so you don't actually start dragging any of the other colour or picking up any of the crumbs from your cupcakes. Okay, and now we're going to do the middle. Always remembering that it's easier to work with too much icing on there and take it away rather than keep adding and adding and adding. Okay, and we're just going to smooth this off. A little touch of blue there, so I'm just going to fix that, remove it, and then re-smooth it. Okay, so we're ready to add our detail. And we're going to use our black icing for this. We're going to start back with the red one. You want to just let these set a little bit before you start. Clean off your tip first. And for this, we're just going to pipe straight lines. So make sure you keep your bag raised off of the surface. Squeeze carefully and then pipe. We're going up around our circle and then down the other side. So that's the first half, and we're going to do the same thing again, except this time we're going to go down and then finish it off. Okay, so there's our Pokeball done. Now we're going to move on to the Great Ball. Exactly the same technique. So we start with our line, up around the circle, and then over to the end, and back to the beginning, down, and over to the end. Make sure you take the pressure off the bag before you get to the end. That will actually avoid having peaks in your icing as well. Okay, so that one's almost done. We just have to add our little red details. Again, this is a tip 3. We're just piping a line and then another line across the top, and then we're going to fill it. And you can use the tip from your bag to actually help smooth that icing over if you do have any peaks or if you've missed any bits. Same the other side. We're going to do a line and another line. Again, just make sure you keep your tip off the surface when you're doing this so you don't drag any of that icing. And fill it in and smooth it over with your tip. And it's done. So there you go, we have our 2 Pokeballs. Hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial and found it useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our page and check out our other Pokemon cupcakes. Thanks for watching.